wheel.
We're back.
Oh dear. I hope you've all had a great summer. I know it seems a very distant memory now because it's like 8 o'clock and it's dark and it's a bit chillier and stuff, but we've had a really busy summer, like manic, doing all kinds of things. So
And it's been awesome.
yeah, I've had a great time. So I hope you all have too.
We want to talk about teenagers.
Yeah, so what we're talking about today is fostering, obviously, but we wanted to sort of touch on and talk about teenagers within fostering. Why we chose to foster a teenager, and you know all the positives we get from fostering a teenager.
And why some people don't want to foster a teenager.
Yeah, because I think there is this aura attached to fostering a looked after child of 13 plus.
Yeah.
Is, oh my god, I couldn't do that. Oh crikey, I couldn't let someone like that in my house. And all of that. But obviously you've got to have doubts, reservations. That's why you have planning meetings, placement planning meetings, and all the relevant information before you have the child placed with you. But for us, it was, we just wanted to foster. We just foster.
Whether it be little
ones,
teenagers, grannies, if you know any, we'll foster them as well. We just want to foster, and actually, we will.
Okay.
It's not really any different than fostering.
No, they're like a little person in a big person's body, a bit like myself. So
moving on. What do we want to say? Why we do it? Because we love it. We love fostering. We enjoy it. We love everything which goes with fostering, whether that be a baby right through to a 16-year-old. We like the challenge. We like the daily busyness. We like how there's never a dull moment. And most importantly, we like with a teenager that you can have a conversation.
The banter.
They
might find it a bit strange that two old people are having a bit of fun and laughter, but I think you've got to get down to that level, no matter how trivial it might seem or random. Always look for the positives and like, oh, cool, I bet you enjoyed that, or because I know I would have done when I was a lad. But you have to not judge them or be judgmental of what they're into, what they want to wear, where they want to go. Obviously, you need to be cautious of where they're going with safeguarding and stuff, but you have to understand why they want to do it, because we were all there once, not so long ago.
I think it's important to say that it isn't all rosy and fluffy. Okay,
it has been tricky for the placement as well.
Yeah, there's always going to be arguments and fallouts because, to be honest, there's a drama most days with a teenager about something. It's like, the whole world's come crashing down.
Whether the sun's in the right position.
Yeah, or what's going to be worn or all those sorts of things. It's about picking your battles. It's about understanding where they're coming from and thinking, hang on a minute, even though this sounds like a load of nonsense, let's just stop and think. Let's just stop and think why they're feeling like this, even though I think, really? Let's stop and think why they're feeling like this. And okay, fair enough. I get that. We understand that.
There's been plenty of times where there has some things gone wrong, so instantly they're looking for that battle, that confrontation.
Yeah.
So what we've done is, okay, I understand how you're feeling and you're angry. I get that.
This is what's happening.
Try and
we'll revisit it.
Yeah, we'll let them let off a bit of steam. I don't know, go to a room or whatever, but
and we'll talk about it
later. And then the next day we might think when everything's a bit calmer and everyone's had a chance to think about things and say, oh, should we chat about what happened yesterday? Because I didn't really appreciate how you spoke to me, to be honest, and and then start on that level ground again. It's all about repair and revisiting and
rewarding.
Yeah,
Because they get to an age where they think they're all grown up, and actually they're not really that grown up. They're kind of like halfway in the middle, and they do kind of like doing all the things that little kids do, but don't want to say because that ain't cool.
Yeah.
So, so don't bring that up. But if you do happen to bring it up, we'll just join in anyway. It's about the little things we find, don't we? We find the little things are really important.
It's that little thing that is said or shown or produced with, I don't know, they've shown a little bit of interest in school. Look, oh, nice one. I'm really proud of you for that, because that must have been a real big effort for you to do that. So whether it's how small, the constant praise, the compliments,
which, to be fair, is across the board in fostering. So we feel that it's not really that different with a teenager. It's not, you have different aspects, as in they want to go out later at night, they want to mix with other people which are of a similar age or older, and it's all those safeguarding things which are different that you just deal with and you talk about, and you go, okay, well, if you're doing that, that's cool, but we need to know this, this and this. So that's different to fostering a little person, but the main aspects of it is the same. There's the same principles, there's the same boundaries, the same routines, consequences. It's all the same. It's how you approach it. It's
and how you try and make them understand a little bit why we live the way we do.
And why we approach it differently to them than we would do to our younger children or that sort of thing. So
with us, I don't know if we mentioned before, but we have 3 children of our own. And it was asked, the question was asked, well, are you sure you got 3 young ones? Do you want to bring a teenager into the mix? But actually, we found personally it works loads better, because before we had a really, really little one that looked for their attention constantly and used to really home in on the children, which they found really difficult. But with the teenager side, they're like passing ships, because
they don't really have much in common,
no,
but they get along.
But they get on because we
is
go back to
works.
that. They're like, that's that inner child coming out of them as well.
Yeah.
But then they have to put on this big teenager face to go to school or college or meet their mates. But so that works really, we find,
with
and
us.
it's how you control it and how we balance it. Yeah. But we found that finding it works really well. But we constantly talk to our children about there might be times where voices are raised, a few doors are slammed, so they ask, well, what's all that about? So we talk about it, say, look,
they could be having a bad day,
or something's not gone well at school or what have you, so you've got to understand why they've done it. So keeping them in the loop with things. Yeah. So you haven't built up that divide.
Which again is not any different than having a little that you keep in the loop with your children anyway. It's not. I think there's this huge issue around teenagers, and I'm not sure why. I don't. Me personally, don't fully understand why there is, because it's not. They're not awful. They're not horrendous. They're just little people going through a phase of all kinds of things going on, and do you know what? I think they're awesome. I think it is, dare I say it, it's not easy, but it's.
I think it's always letting them know that you're going to be around.
Yeah. And that you've always got a listening ear, whatever the nonsense is. Because there's been times where we've been sat up till
we've been sat up to 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because it's just a constant blah 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 blah. So you have to listen and hear what they're saying
and get involved.
In the back of your mind, you think, oh my god, I got to get for work in the morning, but they've given you their time, so it's only right.
And as a teenager, time is precious.
Yeah, and it's only right that you sit and listen to hear what they got to say.
They have a limited amount of time for you, so when you got it and they're giving it to you, you must take it. That's important, and roll with it, don't you? And I think the only thing that we found, I suppose, slightly difficult is understanding them and their ways with social media.
Technology.
Because
it is, it's like it's glued to the palm of their hand.
And so, not as in difficult as in it's a problem, just as in difficult to grab their attention.
Yeah, and try and actually monitor
what they're
doing and what they're looking at, and we
who
set up all the relevant security on your Wi-Fi and stuff like that. But
it's tricky.
yeah, try and have it on a bit of a lockdown on the night time, because otherwise they could be up all hours looking at God knows what. So
yeah, it is tricky. That we always find is a worrying factor, but I think that's a worrying factor with anybody's children across the
but
board.
it's ever evolving, isn't it? Technology. So it's actually could, because they are on that level. They actually teach us a few bits and bobs about iPads and iPhones and laptops, and there is other
Instagram
makes available, obviously.
Snapchat.
Yeah, so but you have to embrace because it's a digital world, isn't it? Hence, vlogging and stuff. So
we embrace it as much as we can without looking like two old fogies. What else did we want to say about teenagers, really?
Just keep with the positivity. That's what we found, because I think you could
praise.
have a real long conversation with the person, and we found that they always look for that negativity, and then they grab hold on that, and they might actually use that against you. Do you know what I mean? So what we found is
just keep it positive.
You have to chat about whatever's gone on, but always look for that
sharp and sweet.
Yeah, like I said, revisit.
Keep it positive.
Keep it positive. Really proud for you. You talked to us and told us this, and what can we do to help, and just keep the positivity going, isn't it?
Do you know what's really important is enjoying,
which really annoys them.
Enjoying having them around. Yeah. We enjoy.
Yeah, we do.
Having them around. We enjoy having their friends around or whatever, and it's because it's banter, and we like to have a bit of fun. And laughter is a good key for any kind of talking or remedy for anything, really. Laughter, isn't it? So that's what we do with teenagers.
So it's all good.
So there.
Thank you.
Tune in again.